Chrono Odyssey feels like one of those MMORPGs that isn't just trying to keep up with the genre, but genuinely wants to push it forward. From the first moments you see the world in motion, it's clear this is designed as a next-generation action MMO, built around scale, spectacle, and systems that go far beyond traditional point-and-click combat. This is a full online experience, focused on cooperation, shared exploration, and large-scale content. But it also respects solo players who want to carve out their own path in a massive living world. The first thing that really hits you is the presentation. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, the graphics are striking in a way that immediately separates Chrono Odyssey from older MMORPGs. The lighting, environmental detail, and sheer scale of the landscapes create a sense of awe that feels closer to a single-player AAA RPG than a traditional MMO. Forests feel dense and alive, snowlands feel harsh and unforgiving, and swamps carry a constant sense of danger. There's a cinematic quality to how the world is framed, especially when weather, time of day, and environmental effects come together. What makes the world even more impressive is that it's fully seamless. There are no obvious loading screens breaking immersion as you move between regions. You can travel freely across grasslands, mountains, frozen wastes, and darker, more corrupted areas, all connected in a way that makes the world feel cohesive and real. Exploration isn't just about reaching a destination, it's about the journey itself. You're constantly rewarded with visual variety, hidden locations, and moments where you just stop and take in the view. Gameplay-wise, Chrono Odyssey leans heavily into action-based combat. This isn't the kind of MMO where you stand still and rotate through hotbars. Combat is dynamic, timing-based, and reactive. Positioning matters, enemy patterns matter, and your ability to read the battlefield plays a huge role in survival. Attacks feel weighty, dodges feel responsive, and encounters aren't just stat checks. There's a strong emphasis on player skill, which makes fights more engaging and personal. The standout mechanic, and the heart of the game's identity, is time manipulation through the chronotector. This artifact completely changes how combat and exploration feel. Being able to stop time around enemies, slow them down, or rewind your own actions adds a strategic layer that's rarely seen in MMORPGs. It's not just a gimmick for flashy moments. Using time powers effectively can turn the tide of a fight, save you from deadly mistakes, or create openings that wouldn't exist otherwise. What's especially interesting is how time manipulation extends beyond combat. The world itself has a history you can interact with. You can explore past versions of areas before major events reshape them, revealing secrets, lore, and environmental storytelling that wouldn't be accessible otherwise. This gives the world a sense of depth and continuity, as if you're not just playing in a static setting, but moving through layers of time and consequence. As an MMO, Chrono Odyssey fully embraces cooperative content. Dungeons and raids are a major part of the experience, designed to challenge coordination, timing, and group synergy. Partying up feels natural, and encounters are built to encourage teamwork rather than brute force. That said, the game doesn't completely lock content behind group play. Skilled and well-prepared players may be able to tackle certain dungeons solo, which adds flexibility and caters to different playstyles. Endgame content looks especially promising. Raids aren't just about bigger enemies with more health. They're designed with mechanics that require awareness, positioning, and intelligent use of abilities, including time-based skills. PvP content also plays a role, offering competitive encounters where mastery of combat systems truly shines. Rewards feel meaningful, feeding back into character progression and customization. Outside of combat, the world feels alive thanks to its harvesting and crafting systems. Gathering resources like wood, ore, hides, and other materials isn't just busy work. These activities tie directly into the economy and player interaction. Crafting allows you to create valuable gear and consumables, and trading with other players encourages social connections and cooperation. It gives players reasons to interact beyond combat, reinforcing the idea of a shared world rather than a series of isolated activities. Character customization is another area where Chrono Odyssey shows ambition. You're given a high degree of freedom in shaping your character's appearance, from body type and facial structure to scars, hairstyles, and fine details. This level of customization helps players feel connected to their character, which is especially important in an MMORPG where you'll likely spend hundreds of hours in the same world. Visual identity matters, and the game clearly understands that. What really stands out emotionally is the sense of scale and purpose. Chrono Odyssey doesn't feel rushed. It feels like a world designed to be lived in over time. There's a constant feeling that something larger is unfolding, that your actions exist within a broader narrative shaped by time, conflict, and discovery. Even when you're just traveling or gathering resources, there's an underlying tension and curiosity pulling you forward. From a technical standpoint, the game's ambition is obvious, but so is its confidence. The systems all seem designed to support one another rather than compete for attention. Combat feeds progression, progression feeds exploration, and exploration feeds narrative and community. Nothing feels completely isolated, which is crucial for an MMO that wants to stay engaging long-term. Chrono Odyssey also seems aware of the challenges facing modern MMORPGs. Players want depth, but they also want immersion. They want freedom, but they don't want to feel lost. So far, the game appears to strike a careful balance, offering complexity without overwhelming players and spectacle without sacrificing clarity. In terms of tone, the game carries a serious, almost somber atmosphere. This isn't a lighthearted fantasy romp. There's a sense of weight to the world, reinforced by its themes of time, change, and consequence. That tone works well with the visual style and combat design, making the experience feel cohesive and intentional. Overall, Chrono Odyssey feels like a project aiming to redefine expectations for action MMORPGs. It combines next-gen visuals, a seamless open world, innovative time-based mechanics, and strong cooperative content into a single experience that feels both modern and ambitious. Whether you're exploring vast landscapes, manipulating time in combat, crafting gear, or teaming up for challenging raids, the game constantly reinforces the idea that you're part of something larger. If it delivers on its vision, Chrono Odyssey has the potential to become a standout title in the MMO space. It's not just about numbers, loot, or grinding. It's about immersion, mastery, and the feeling of existing in a world where time itself is a tool and a weapon.
Somebody save me! Please! If anyone can hear me, make haste to the waterfall!